Hi, welcome to Yellow Slate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters. Today we have Ms. Chitali Mathur, whose beautiful kids are studying in Manav Rachna International School in 21C Faridabad. Let's speak to her and understand her perspective about the school. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Nathan. Thank you for having me today. Thank you for giving me this platform where I'll be able to express my opinions freely about the school.
Great. Ma'am, can you tell us the overall opinion about the school before we get into the finer details of it?
Sure. As you know that I have two kids going to Manav Rachna 21C. So obviously I'm very happy with the way things are going with my first kid. That's when I decided that the second should go there as well. The one very good thing about the school is that their focus is not just the academics. My reason for choosing the school, I remember when my son was 4 years old, I was like actively looking for schools. And Manav Rachna was the first one I went to for an interview. And after being there, after speaking to the teachers, after my son had an interview, he had a bit of a social anxiety issue. So the teacher asked him a question, and he answered in his own way. So I was there, so I was nudging him, I was like trying to correct him. So the teacher stopped me there and then, and she said, if he thinks that ways, then that is what it is. You don't have to correct him. So that was the moment I decided that this is going to be it. And from a very shy child, the first time I saw him performing on stage, I won't lie, I was in tears. I was sitting in the school auditorium and I was in tears. So that's the kind of confidence they build in your child. Like every day they have like this first period where it's just the class teacher and the students. So they have like many activities organized for them, like storytelling and GK questions. So the kids, the fear of speaking in public, the fear of speaking with your peers, that is just not there in them. And I feel very glad, because at their age, I was probably not that confident in expressing my opinion. So yes, if you want your child to have like a school which offers overall development, I seriously think that Manav Rachna, especially the 21C branch, because see, it's a middle school. So their focus is more on kids who are younger. So the kind of opportunities your kid starts getting from grade 4 is, are much higher than what they get if they go to a school which is still standard 12. Because there the focus will obviously be more on kids who are going for boards that year. But here, from 4th or 5th, they have something called Media Shala, where the journalist is the student, the editor is the student, and kids get so much exposure. So I'm very happy with the choice. I would not have it any other way. And if a parent asks me that, okay, should we admit them there now? Our child is in grade 5. Even then I would say that yes, you should. Because the opportunities that the child will get, you can't be very sure that they will be getting anywhere else.
Got it. And it's so nice to hear you being very happy about the school. And I'm sure a lot of credit must be given to the teachers in the school. Any thoughts on the teachers and how the teaching methodology has been? And also one last question in the same thing. What do you think of the academic orientation of the school?
So, when we started with the Riyansh, as I was telling you that, with him, he is, my son is like academically, he's very bright, but he had issue integrating in the social scene. So when we sent him to Manav Rachna, he had obviously had a lot of anxiety that, okay, now I have to sit in this classroom. And similarly for my daughters, when she started going to Manav Rachna, it was immediately after COVID. So this was one kid who had never been to a play school, and she was, thrust to a formal school. This was her first experience. But both of them settled so beautifully, because what they do is that once the kid is in the school, they won't just start teaching them. The first thing they do is that they make the child comfortable. They build that teacher and kid bond where the kid feels comfortable. The teacher has a conversation with the parents beforehand. So she's aware of what the issues that the child has or what is her comfort zone. So they're already aware. When a child goes, they don't have a lot of kids in classes. It's not a classroom of 40 students. The maximum you will have is 20-25, and I am very happy about that, because you see that when you start the kid, and if there is a classroom of 45 children, very few kids will have that enigma to stand out. But if a kid is going to a class where there are less students, there are more chances of him being, uh, having a chance at everything. So, and with Riyansh, I received so much support from the school, and they have such a nice open door policy. Like, anytime I want, seriously, and I'm not embellishing it in any way, I can go to the school, I can meet the principal, I can message the headmistress that, okay, I am having this issue. And they will welcome me with open arms. They will listen to me, they will, give me their time, and they will try to solve it in a fair manner. So that ways I am like very satisfied with the teachers. The things they do academically is also like, it's up to speed with other schools. The way I want it, it is exactly like that. They are not overburdened, but you cannot say that they will lag behind when they come to senior classes. And the way they teach, COVID happened, all the kids were stuck at home. This was one of the first schools to take a call. They shut the school first, and in a week's time they bounced back so beautifully. From very first day, we were given Teams password, our kids had Microsoft IDs, the teachers were so well trained. Like, for a kid of grade 1 to sit in a classroom for 4 hours, you understand how difficult that is. But the teacher engaged them so nicely that they never felt like moving from the class. And other than this, there was so much focus, because it was such a stressful time. It was an unprecedented scene for all of us. So they would have meditation in between. They would have yoga in between. How many schools would pay attention to mental health of a child? But the teachers did that. That take a break, close your eyes, meditate. They would play meditation music, and the kid would just relax, because they were seeing everybody, just locked up inside the house, and what is happening. It was very difficult for the kids. And even the teaching methods, they would show videos in between, like informational videos on the topic, and it was handled very nicely. Like, I had no complaints. I did not feel that he's missing out on anything. My daughter was not going to school back then. She only joined when everything came back to full swing. But even then, I really did not feel that there was a academic lag, or he will have to cope up when he's back in the school. No, nothing like that. And the syllabus, the curriculum is up to speed with the other CBSE schools. So I do get this sense when I talk to other parents that they think that, oh, are you sure? Academically, how are they doing? But it's totally up to speed.
Fantastic. And speaking about the infrastructure of the school, for those who didn't come and visit this campus yet, what do you think about the infrastructure that the school provides?
Okay, so to be honest, 21C was their first school. So if you compare it with other buildings around, it is not as big, but it doesn't mean that they lack anything. And what people forget is that as a student of Manav Rachna, they have access to all the other schools. Like, my son goes in the morning sports program. They have like a morning 1-hour program where a child can choose a sport, and they go there, and the sport teacher will train them for that one particular hour. This is other than the sports slot. So if a child is more interested in, let's say, football, so they can choose to go in the morning, and from there they will take the kid to the university campus. Okay, and that of course is like huge. It matches to your international standards of school, and they are brought back within an hour. So what people don't realize is that as a student of Manav Rachna, you have access to Chambud, you have access to Sector 14, you have access to their university. So, I would say that don't think that yaar chota hai. No. I know that there are swanky buildings, Nehar Par, the schools are really big, huge. And of course, you feel like that, oh, my kid should go here. But it doesn't mean that the school is any less. They have everything within their campus as well, like all the sports facilities, they have art, they have drama, they have sculpture. So it's not like they lack anywhere.
Fantastic.
So infrastructure wise also, I have no complaints.
Cool. And can you tell us the fee structure and also for all the viewers, which classes are your kids going to?
Yes, so my son is in grade 4. So what we pay for him is around 40K quarterly, and my daughter is in nursery. So what we are paying right now is 38 quarterly, but it is also because we get a little bit of discount, the sibling discount, so which is like 2500 quarterly. And of course, when you put your child in a school, you do research the fee structure also. So looking at the kind of facilities that the child gets and the kind of programs they keep doing for the child as well as for the parents, this is one school which really includes the parents. Like for everything, they would want your participation, which is a very good thing because there is a very good connect between the parent and the teachers. So looking at that, I think it's a fair fee structure.
Got it. And you spoke a lot of positive things about the school, and it was nice to hear all that. But if you have to be critical and tell us the areas where the school can still get better at, what are those areas?
Right now, I don't have any complaints. I wouldn't, and seriously, this is an honest opinion. It's not like I'm getting any benefit from this school. Actually, there is no area of criticism, but there is a room for improvement. That there can be like a better playground for the smaller kids. Because again, the space issue is there, and they're trying to fit in a lot of things. Like the football field is there, the taekwondo field is there, but I would say that for the really young kids, like kindergartners, they would benefit more if they had like a better playground. And also, like, I feel that there is a lot of dance going on. There is Western as well as but if they had more on drama side, then that will be better too. Like I would want my kid to have like a specific drama teacher who can teach them that. So that's it. Otherwise, overall, I'm very happy.
That's nice. And before we wind it up, on scale of 10, with 10 being the highest, how likely are you to recommend Manav Rachna International School to any of your peers or kith and kin?
See, I recommend it to everybody. It's very important for the parents to hear from the parents. And, I am one parent who chooses to pick and drop their kids. Like I was a full-time television journalist before I had my kids. So I quit my job, and I feel like I have this feeling that if I'm staying at home, then I might as well do whatever I'm doing the best. So I drop them, I pick them up. So a lot of times during admissions, when I'm going to drop them, pick them, I see parents who are there, they do ask you that, oh, your kids are going, how is it? So I always recommend. I never say that, oh no, don't. And it is very obvious from the choice that I have made with my second kid. So I would say a 10.
That's nice. That's very nice to hear, ma'am. And thank you so much again for your time. A lot of insights and opinions that you shared will be of great help for other parents who are looking for good schools in this locality. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, really.
Thanks.